打工模式启动啊！上期结束的时候我数了一下，好像是110个，也就这期应该可以到这个1/2了，一共是271嘛，135就是1/2，135或者136，挺后面的吧应该。哎，有这么后面吗？啊，已经耶，这不才110个吗？那看来也后面还有一些挺多的是吧？可能还有一部分。detective 现在才4个呢，一共13个，来吧。
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me. I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me. I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Dad 不是那个，我操，一下子屏幕变黑了。Dad 看来是 parents。BGM 不能改呢。啊，其实可以改，你要真想改的话是可以改。为什么不能改呢？他这个啊，这个当然估计是不行的。Key， 啊 ，Key 还没搜过。
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day.
Eleanor.
Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
啊 ，split coffee 是吧？我没仔细看，成就出来看到 split coffee，我才意识到这个问题。这个可能就是所谓的心理恐怖 ，jump scare， 罕见。除此之外，我觉得应该不太会有人，就突然屏幕上冒出鬼脸，应该不太会有。
No, I'm okay. Fuck.
啊，这个就是 fuck 是吧？fuck 的那部分。
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
现在还能获得新的 clip， 也是可以。
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that. Sometimes drive something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. This is a nicer room. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them. Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
靠！嚯，真的多啊，这。
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we used a Ouija board the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
加一个 slash 居然无所谓了。Tragically.
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's. That can't be right. In the bedroom.
刻意把这东西切成一小段一小段，就不让你听懂到底是讲什么。
I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1.
Right 应该早就搜过了，但当时我搜的应该是 wrong 跟 right 的那个 right， 现在应该是 left right， 但都是 right 嘛，没区别。
Hurt someone? Yes. But everyone thinks that from time to time, right? You just want to lash out.
Oh, 这4个居然都没有新的，2分36秒。
You want me to play something?
我操你！
I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. There were 2 sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. But he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain. With a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind
这个很明显啊，a traditional ballad 成就已解锁，这很明显不是。查了一下，这其实是一个 a British musician。Viva Safer 跟这名字完全不一样，那是演员了，他只是刻意描绘出1994年，因为我看到有些地方他的 description 是搞得好像真的是1994年发生的案件，被这个游戏制作人利用，不是利用，被游戏制作人借鉴了，不是，很明显他是现在拍了一段，大概5年前，肯定是21世纪拍出来，然后他刻意搞成这个看起来比较老式的样子。你要真的是94年，真的94年的时候，这个女的22岁，都能查到她是1972年出生的一个 British musician。但是 musician 为什么要来出演这个游戏？啊，这段篇章应该既然就有成就，估计应该是最长的一段了。就给你展现一下这个 musician 的唱功，那很明显不是普通的女演员。对，没什么别的东西了。这么长一段就没什么东西。好，新的来了。变短了，5秒钟。
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
点错了。Desperate 可能拼错了，没拼错。
Okay, I'll try my best to remember.
这个我竟然搜到，应该大概搜的是 best 吧？难道搜的是 remember 吗 ？best 搜一下吧。
The mirror. I can't remember.
镜子应该搜啊，这应该是 remember。
I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Upstairs。
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in 2 places at once.
这个应该是 eliminate 或者说 Glasgow。那 suspector 不是这么拼的吗？再看一下，动词不怎么常用。suspect 嫌疑人。新的来了，以南。
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that.
这个词应该是 kitchen 吧，我猜。
Go into the cellar. It's just a place we put.
cellar 我记得我也查过了。
Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
这个好像搜了好几次了。
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body. I
要吐了是吧？ Metabolism.
Look, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days.
感觉没有什么新的词。
I mean, he made the mirror.
Silver 应该搜过了吧？
And he gave it to me.
啊，不建议再搜一次。Brushes 呢，应该一样的。まあ、で DB チェッカーは、まあ、今は、まあ、こんな感じやな。
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks.
这应该是 coffee。
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. Got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at. Each other to cheat.
现在我这里已经过半了，但是我的文件还不过半。哎，后面居然有那么多剩下的，紧张。因为这一半省略了一半的成就还没跳出来，这最关键的。shit。嗯？どういうことだ？
We spent the wedding night in a hotel.
哦，不是，这。哦 ，Hanover， 我说的词我怎么没见过 ？Hanover。
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Bridesmaid 这么拼的吗？这是伴娘的意思吗 ？Bride 不是新娘吗 ？Maid 应该女仆啊，将来可能是伴娘。
What kind of hairs?
没了。应该差不多了，这还没135啊。
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls. The hairs have come from somewhere else. I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
可能之前说的是 hair 什么的。哎呦，操！你确定还没有那个 ？Nice draw。哦，这次居然 Steam 社区居然看不到了，之前不知道为什么有几次我 Steam 社区打开是能看到的。哎， 50%SS 还没到啊，270 135啊，刚上期已经110了，我奇怪。
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
哦 ，Detective Surgeon 啊，说完就来了，刚好一半，这里是135 ，Detective Average。10应该搜过了，可能搜的是10，有可能。
This other person doesn't exist.
过了啊
I
，exist。
don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
再来一遍。
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked?
有些时候这个片段它什么都没有，什么有的东西都没有。有些时候它一连串会跳出很多新的有趣的词，就打你个始料不及。也真的还有很多啊，现在哪有一半？现在我感觉已经60%左右了，那缺了不少了。哦，新的来了，哦，又来了。
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess The Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from The Rock. Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
这个词其实他应该没说过，是突然想到的，感觉会不会有没有说？妈三四，赶紧乱猜词还是没用的。admin 这种词呢，果然不可能有。guest。差不多了，妈反正一期这个就30个左右，30个左右，完全是看长短的，有些长的话就会费挺多时间，短的话就一瞬间就过去了。dark 的就是有 ，dark 就没有。
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair was cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
哪个？大多数时间你都需要把这个东西一遍一遍看过来。obsess 怎么拼来着？这样啊 ，obsess 估计没有了 ，obsess 的估计是有的。如果能有一个已经加在这个，已经加在你下面这一行的提示就好了，这样就会更加省时间了。真的是作业。差不多了，再
I don't know if anyone really changes.
来一个30秒以上就
Just
不看
become
了。
more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
.点错了，这个看过了，看过了吧？确认一下。
Mother.
看过了。43秒，就这样吧。现在大概是光标的60%左右的位置 ，DB 圈可能是这样子。现在其实才刚刚过半，看起来好像觉得已经60%，其实才刚刚过半，没过多少。就这样吧。